When he visited an ATM and learned he'd already gotten a federal stimulus payment.
Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and originally I wasn't going to upload a video today, but then I saw this story today which was kind of funny and kind of uplifting, and I really want to share it with everyone. So basically this guy in Indiana named Charles Calvin, he's a volunteer firefighter over there. He was waiting for a stimulus check, okay, which aren't we all right? And I have heard some people are starting to receive their stimulus checks now. So anyway, he was waiting for his stimulus check over the weekend. He was supposed to be getting $1,700, so I'm guessing that's probably $1,200 for him. And then, you know, 1,700 is 1,200 plus 500. I'm guessing that's probably he's got a child dependent on his tax return. That's the case, I assume. But anyway, that's not really important. But he was waiting for this $1,700, so he went to a store and used their ATM to check his balance, and, well, I'll let him tell you what happened.
I looked at the available balance of that was still left in my account, and apparently my account had $8.2 million in it. I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
So yeah, he discovered there was $8.2 million in his account. He told his friends about it, and one guy was like, hey, what truck are you going to buy me, and stuff like that. But after he waited, he didn't withdraw any of the money. He waited through the weekend, and then on Monday he called his bank to ask about it, and they actually said to him that money had now gone from his account, but he had received his $1,700 stimulus check, which I'm sure he was also happy about. So the news station, the local news station that did that report that I showed you some of, they actually tried to contact the White House for a statement on it. They didn't hear anything back. Probably contacting the IRS would have been better. But anyway, there was no explanation from the government, at least to them. And I think Charles has a really great philosophical attitude about it. So I'll just play you one more bit from his interview.
Kind of sucks. You go from being a millionaire on paper 1 second, and then you're back to being broke again, you know. Hey, but I guess, you know, once you're poor, you ain't got nowhere else to go up.
That's right. I mean, the only place you got to go is up. That's a great optimistic point of view, and I think everyone can learn something from this guy who just lost $8 million, and he still looks on the bright side of things. So that did fill me with a bit of optimism today, seeing that attitude from this guy. Just one, though, kind of public service announcement, a little bit of a word of caution that if this does happen to you and you discover that the IRS has deposited like $1 million or, you know, some amount that you're not eligible for in your account, I would recommend, and not just the IRS, any bank or anyone really who you're supposed to be getting money from and they deposit too much in your account, way too much, don't keep quiet about it. Do contact, you know, the government, the IRS, if it's the IRS, or that bank or that organization, and let them know that a mistake has happened. Because although it's really tempting to be like, I could just take some of this, right? Maybe they'll never find out and I'll just become a millionaire, you know. But you do have to kind of explain away where this money came from, right? And sooner or later it's going to catch up with you, and probably the organization who put it in your account in the first place will realize, at least when they come to do their taxes at the end of the year or doing their accountant will realize, and eventually it'll get exposed. And there was one guy in New Zealand who actually is now in prison because he ran off to China with $7.5 million that was accidentally deposited into his bank account through a banking error at his bank. And yeah, he ran off with the money, and he was actually tracked down and arrested, and he's now in jail. So a little bit of a word of caution. If this does happen to you, be like Charles, just look on the bright side. The only way is up, even though you've just lost $8 million. So thanks so much for watching, guys. A little bit of a funny, uplifting story to share with you today. I know everyone is waiting for their stimulus checks. If you do want to know about the new portal, which is going to be opening up mid-April, so at the end of this week, this video on my channel gives you kind of like the lowdown on that, what you're going to be able to do to track your money and know when you're going to get your check. Also, I'll paste a link below to an article on our website, which is basically the complete guide to the stimulus checks, who's eligible, everything you need to know about them. I'll paste that in a pinned comment below, and yeah, you can look out for that video on my channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.